Dudes, dudes. This is my please stand by music. Dudes, dudes. It's kind of dope if you ask me, but you know, that's my standby music. Welcome. Man, what's been good, y'all? It's been a minute. It's been a few days. I feel like it's been a long time, but it's been a few days. I've been preparing for, my birthday's tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'm going to come on for my birthday, but I decided to come on today for sure so we can chop it up. We can talk a little bit. So we got people from the gram coming over. Where's my beatbox? We got people from the gram coming over, and we're going to chop it up real quick with just the top 5 things you can be doing from home right now with this downtime to help grow your business, to help grow it, to help get it popping. So without further delay, because I can't even talk, without further delay, because I got those who like to watch these videos later. I don't want to put 20 minutes in the time of, making sure people come in or waiting for people to come in. Therefore, we're going to get started and we're going to ask questions. We're going to answer questions about, you're going to answer questions. Did I buy myself something for my birthday? Let's start there. Not yet. No. I don't know. We're on quarantine. It ain't much I can do. I like bike riding. So I'm going to probably pull out my bike tomorrow and go ride until I pass out. And that's about it. I can't turn up like I want to. So if I do turn up, it'll be at the house. If you see me turning up too much, I may jump on live and get turned up, but we ain't gonna do that. All right, let's start with the number 5 things, or we're gonna go in regular order. Let's start there. That way I can answer your questions as we go along. Right now, these are 5 things you could be doing right now to help grow your business during this downtime. The number 1 thing is you should be getting written testimonials from clients. Clients don't got nothing to do. They sitting at home, they bored, they got nothing else better to do. Right now is the time you should be reaching out to them to get a written testimonial. Or you can go ahead and get them to film a video testimonial on their cell phone. Testimonials can be the only thing on your website where the video can look crappy, and it helps. The crappier the video, the more homemade the video, the better it looks for testimonials because it looks more authentic. Don't get me wrong, really high-end testimonials are great, but if you got a cell phone testimonial, that's still great as well. You can cut corners doing that. There's things you can do. You correct. If Blackmagic did drop a camera, I would have a birthday present. Right? I don't know if it would. It probably wouldn't ship till October, but in theory, I would have had a birthday present. You're absolutely right. Or if I come across another crazy deal, you're absolutely right. But as far as my birthday, I'm not really buying myself much. I'm just sitting tight. Right now. So, number 1, make sure you're starting to get testimonials from your clients. Make sure you're bugging them about They're not doing nothing. They're bored. Have them write you out a testimonial. Even if you shot for free, have them create that testimonial for you. Whether it be written or from their cell phone. You edit it yourself. Tell them if they shoot it on their cell phone, make sure they shoot it in landscape mode and not portrait mode, and have them create that content for you so you can edit it, throw your spin on it, maybe do some light color grading, and then go to your website. Number 2, right now is a good time to look at lead generating tools on your website, right? Lead generating tools on your website. Like, what are you doing to generate leads from your website? Now, don't get me wrong. You probably have a call to action where if they like what they see, they can click here. But there's more things you can do to generate leads on your website, like having pop-ups to ask people to subscribe to your newsletter, having pop-ups to ask people to contact you. If you go to my website, I have a pop-up to say, hey, do you need any help? Is there anything we can help you with? On both the Flash Film Academy and the Flash Film Media site, it's pop-up saying, how may I help you? You're here, obviously, for something. How may I help you? It's important that you start to develop these for your site. Now, there's a bunch of companies that offer them. One of them is a company called, appreciate you on the birthday. One of them is a company called Sumo. I think it's sumo.com. Let me double check. Sumo does a great job. Yeah, SUMO. Sumo does a great job at offering pop-ups and things like that to help you generate leads. Somebody asked a question, I didn't even see it. So just something to think about. Let me see if I missed that question. Working on Easter and decided to shoot a video of the meal. I wasn't running quite satisfied how it turned out. What motivates? Okay, yeah, okay. Joshua, you definitely want to get your non-refundable retainer game tight. That's a valuable lesson that a few of us have learned the hard way. You want to get, we offer one on Flash Film Academy, but you definitely want to make sure you remove just deposit out of any of your paperwork. You want to go straight non-refundable retainer. Definitely. Let me make sure my stream is looking good. I don't want no drops. Real quick. All right, we Gucci. We real good. Now let's go back to perfect. Okay, so let's go to the next one. The next one is the number 3 thing you should be working on right now with your business is your email campaign. Are you currently emailing clients that you've worked with? What I usually do is we create multiple lists based off what type of job you got from us. Whether it be video, photo, headshots, we have a list to go out for just headshots. For just headshots, we have a list to go out for people who purchase just headshots from us. When you purchase headshots from us, you automatically go on a list that will email you in about 2.5 years, asking if you're ready to update your headshots. So that's just one simple way you can do it. If you have clients that do monthly videos or do content, we put them on a separate emailer to keep reminding them that, hey, right now is the time to do content. And then we have a list where it talks about holidays for video. Around Christmas time, we're getting ready to go October, September, we start talking about Black Friday content. We start talking about, different things that they could do for each holiday. And that may change depending on your country and what they, things that they celebrate in your country. But holidays, if you're dealing with businesses take advantage of holidays and they need content. So make sure that you set a calendar or an email list so that you can contact them months before this holiday so that they can prepare for that holiday. A lot of times they don't think about it until last minute. And then usually they want video, but they're like, it's too late now. Real quick question, Robbie asked, how do you mic 2 people for an interview? I usually use lav mics. I mic people separately with lav mics. The number 4 thing you should work on right now is your workflow process. What is it like for you to go from a lead to a final customer? You need to write those things down. They need to be written down and in front of you. Step 1 is, for me, step 1 is to call the client. I like to talk to the client. I like to hear what they have to say and get a good understanding of ideas. Once they send me a lead, I don't believe in emailing them back. That's so impersonal to me. I like to contact them. I like to see what they're trying to do so that I can create a proposal for them. Step 2 is to create that proposal, right? I'll create that proposal. I'll send that proposal. I will put in my calendar 2 days later a follow-up time to contact them if they have not opened it or received it. Now, I use Proposalify, which link is in the description, so I'm notified when they see it. Good looking out, Elijah. I'm notified when they see my proposal so that when I contact them, I can say, hey, I see you had a chance to take a look at the proposal, or hey, I see that you didn't take a look at the proposal. Do you got time to pull it up and go over it? Now, I don't schedule this time with the client. I don't initially talk to them and then give them a time to follow up. If it's a very big project, then yes. But normally I'll say, hey, let me send a proposal. And then I just put on my calendar to check back with them at the same time 2 days later. And that's usually how I roll. And just make sure things are working that way. So you want to make sure you write out your workflow. You know that, hey, for every new lead, I'm going to call them. I'm going to send out a proposal. I'm going to do a follow-up. From that follow-up, that's going to either be my make or break point with everybody I get in contact with. Either we're going to, we're either going to close the deal, or we're not. We're going to make changes, or like that's the breaking point. Like at that point, I know whether or not you're a client or not. So that's what's next in my sales process. Then once they sign the proposal, we send out an invoice. Once the invoice is paid, then internally I alert my staff so that we can lock down that date. Usually I make sure with my staff beforehand that the date is available, which I already know because of my calendar, but I notify the staff members needed once the proposal has been paid, because we may not need a drone guy. We may not need 10 people. We may only need 2. So then I activate my staff for that day. I send them out the information they need to either know where to be, know what time, know what type of shoot we're going to do. And then from that date, we meet, we shoot. I have a date that I want to provide the first draft by, a date I have listed for the second draft. And then those are the 2 that's pretty much covered. And then I have a final date. So soon as the client pays the invoice, and the date is set, or as soon as they really set the date they want to shoot, I know when the project will be over. And those are things you need to plan, and you need to know when you get ready to set up the project. Because let's say you want to plan a vacation, right? How do you know where's the cutoff to end all of your new projects? If you got a vacation in 2 weeks, can you still take on a project 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks before? You may not. Sandra, I like to call clients as soon as I get the lead. As soon as they go to my website and say, hey, I need this, that, and the other, I like to contact them. That's just me. I like to contact them. Real quick, Toby is asking about, he's asking about recording 2 people on lav mics. You shouldn't have interference with 2 lav mics. If you got 2 lav mics on 2 separate people and your volume, your levels aren't too crazy high, you should be fine unless they're sitting really, really close together. But lav mics is the way to go when you have multiple people. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you have multiple boom mics, that's going to be your best audio quality. However, it's hard to mix with certain boom mics. If you got a really good expensive boom mic, it's really good at isolating that noise. But lav mics is probably going to be the way to go. Lav mic everybody, run them into separate audio channels and record them separate. That's why you're going to need probably a 4-track, a 2-track, an 8-track recorder. So yeah, that's definitely what you want to do. And you think about it, Robbie, you sit down and practice it at home. Sit down and mic up 2 people at home. Mic up 2 people at home and practice it at home if you got a shoot coming up. That's kind of the best way I would do it. And last but not least, before we go into Q&As, the number 5 thing or really important thing you should be doing on this downtime with your website and your business is SEO, right? So when I say SEO, I don't mean having the service where you pay somebody to do SEO. I mean thoroughly looking over your website and looking at your titles, looking at the name of your images. That's very important. A lot of people upload an image to their website that's one abcxd.jpg instead of Tampa, Florida headshot photographer.jpg. Like things like that really help your website, and people they just don't think about it. They just upload anything. So those are little things you need to sit down with your website and make sure that every website is titled correctly. Every website, I like to put a location and what the service is. So for me, it'll be Dallas-based headshot photographer. When you click on headshots, that's what you're going to get. Dallas-based headshot photographer, and sometimes I'll even put the phone number. Those are things that you do or can do to help boost your SEO significantly. We just launched a live streaming portion of our website, and it was up 3 days, and we started getting phone calls, and we have not done any paid advertising for it. It was up 3 days. Google picked it up, and boom, I'm off to the races as one of the top streamers in the area. And even though we had live streaming listed on our video section, we now moved it to its own section because of what's going on. And, you know, it's the place to be right now. You definitely want to live stream if you have the capability. I don't care if you got one camera. You can go get a little video capture box for your, you can go get a little, where I have one over here. You can get a little video capture box for your laptop and go live, something like this. This will help you stream in 4K. This is the Ecamm link, and it's an HDMI port on one side, a USB port on the other. You can literally do what I'm doing right now, minus the graphics. You don't get all the cool graphics that I get right now, but you know, you still get some cool stuff. In fact, you know, you already know what time it is. Cool graphic time. So you don't get the cool graphics like this, but for most people, you don't need it. You know, being able to stream is more than enough. More than enough. So go through and look at your website. Look at the title of each picture. This sounds crazy because it's something that I paid somebody to do, and I was like, I can't believe I paid all this money to have somebody rename my freaking picture titles. But look at every JPEG that is on your website. If you upload a video, if your website is the type that you can upload the video to your website and not embed the video, make sure the file name is based on what you do. It's a keyword. It's a keyword. Something like best headshot photographer in Denver. Everything needs to be either a keyword or a short phrase like that. You may do underscores for spaces. Those are things that Google look at and determine that your site is more relevant to what they're looking for. Backlinks are important and all that extra hidden white hat SEO stuff. But when you go through your website, especially if you're using WordPress, using Square, every page has a title. Usually every section has a title. If that title is Untitled 001, you are screwing yourself. That's correct. You can't find cam links. They're hard to find right now, but I found mine on Facebook Marketplace. They're back ordered. Everything streaming is back ordered right now. I found a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Not gonna lie to you. I ended up getting that one used. Okay, CRP. I see you switch names. All right. So that's just something to think about. SEO, those are free things you can do. That way, listen, if you do all that on your website, by the time you get to the point where you're hiring somebody from SEO, you're going to have faster results because they don't got to go back and do what they feel like is common sense items, right? They can just focus on backlinks and making sure your website is linked to other websites to help, you know, your website rank higher. They don't have to go do all of that. So, if you got a cam link, they're going for above retail right now. Anything streaming going for above retail. But anyway, so if you go back and you make sure that you change all of that, because I guarantee you on your website right now, I guarantee you every picture is named 1003XD or something like that. It's not named, you know, corporate event videographer in Phoenix. It's not named something that can help you be more relevant. And the bonus item, of course, the bonus item is who we're sponsored by, which is Flash from Academy, making sure that your demo reel, your commercial is dope. That's what I'd have given. Do I got to put that on the list? Y'all know that already, right? I don't want to seem pushy with that. Y'all know that your commercial is everything. If you got a blank website with a commercial and a contact form, you can do more damage than a dope website with no video on it, a bunch of text and a contact form. You guys who follow me understand the importance of that. I don't even have to talk about it. But the SEO part is extremely important. And another one, I'll give you a bonus one. I'll give you a sixth item, right? Look at the speed at which your website loads. Sometimes when you create website on Wix, Squarespace, WordPress, you upload these huge images that are, you know, they're 5,000 pixels wide. You know what I'm saying? The resolution is 5,000 by 28,000, and it doesn't allow you to. You need to shrink that image because you don't need it that big for a cell phone. You need something that's 800 by 600, really at best, 1,200 by 1,200 at most. So you may have large images on your website that may slow down your website's ability to load. And those are things you need to look at when you go and you get ready to rename those files. Real quick. All right. Does the cam link have audio in and out? No, it does not. You cannot use a separate mic with it. You can only go in through the HDMI. But when you got a camera that has good audio inputs, that's all you need. So I don't pretty much need that. I was coming from the camera straight to here when I was posted on the other site, which I may try to do it one more time. They claim that they fixed the sync issues, but I like the fact that I can throw your comments on the screen. Got to make a t-shirt. Your commercial is everything. I got to keep explaining it to people. Your commercial is everything. Nothing else matters. That is like I said, I tell y'all all the time. If you're looking for one thing, like what one thing could I do to to dramatically change my business? Your commercial is it. Like what one thing could I do if I had to go redo something to help put me in a position where I can get more money to buy more gear? Your commercial is it. That's the number one thing. Denver-based food commercial photography. Think about it like this, Nixie. When somebody's searching for commercial photography, what are they looking for? They're probably just looking for Denver-based videographer, right? That's what I would put it. All your terms you're changing stuff to need to be based on real things that people actually search for. People are actually search for. So don't try to do just keywords. Do real search phrases, right? Go to Google and type in videographer and see what pop up next to it, right? Put in Dallas videographer and look at the drop down and see what pops up. Google's telling you what's most important. That's what you want to use. That's going to be your most important thing. So that's kind of how you want to do it. What's going on, Carl from Chicago? Do I have any tips on generating leads with LinkedIn as a video content creator? Okay, LinkedIn is a little more expensive, right? Because they feel like they're the business people. To advertise on LinkedIn is expensive. The best thing you can honestly do is to work on your page. Now, I've seen auto messaging systems on LinkedIn. So whenever people add you as a friend, it'll send a message to them about, hey, do you guys need video? LinkedIn is a little harder to tap into because it's so expensive. And I'm gonna be real with you. You're gonna spend about $800 on LinkedIn trying to find an advertisement that works before you know what to really dump money into. With Facebook, that dollar amount, there's a certain dollar amount you're going to have to spend an advertisement to tweak, just a tweaking amount to see what works. Facebook is usually around 150 to 200, right? You can get in the game for cheap like that. Google is around 150 to 200. And I've even done Snapchat, which is around $50 to $100. However, Snapchat, Instagram, it just appealed to a different audience. If I wanted to go after a younger audience, if I was selling like Lutz or something, I would go after the Instagram market and I would go after that, but I don't, that's not my thing. But it just depends on your niche. Your niche may not work for LinkedIn. It just may not be a LinkedIn niche. You know what I mean? So it's just something to think about before you dump money into it. Google covers everybody. That's what I like about Google. LinkedIn is hit or miss. When was the last time you went on LinkedIn and you just browse like you do on Facebook? When's the last time you used LinkedIn to look for a company? Just think about it like that. If you say never, that may be your answer. But once you know who your niche is, and you know who the client is, you can kind of monitor some of them. You can ask some of your past clients, hey, do you go on LinkedIn? Do you use LinkedIn? That's why a lot of times you get on YouTube and you get those messages on YouTube and they're like, have you ever heard of these brands? And they're trying to get a gauge based off your demographic on, do you care about this stuff? That's what's great about YouTube is they have the ability to do it. Can I post a tutorial on how to use a DSLR as a webcam? Software do you need? Simply plug and play with CamLink. Will it work with Zoom? Raymond, yes, I can. Let me put that on my list. I'll put that on my list to do that for you guys. How to use a webcam, or how to use a DSLR as a webcam. We'll definitely do that. There are some things I like you know what? I'll do single camera and I'll do multi-camera, and then I'll do multi-streams of audio and things like that. So I'll do different levels. It may be OBS because my audio comes out distorted. I use Camlink. I was not even using OBS. I was using Restream. I think I found a niche. I was a 25B in the Army. Okay, hood, 25 Bravo. I used to want that MOS so bad. That's computer repair. I know it off the top of my head. And I worked in healthcare, IT security, heavily involved with HIPAA and cybersecurity. Okay, real quick, CPR. The name fits perfectly with that niche. That name fits. CPR fits. It didn't even hit me. A CRP. It'd have been dope if it was CPR. You may want to switch that around. My fault. But if you know HIPAA like that, and you can create a commercial explaining that you understand that part of the medical field, and you can still create content for clients with that understanding, you've already eliminated a majority of your competition, right? Because the last thing people want to do is get their video back with forms on the table and they got to worry about names being shown or just people filming the wrong stuff. That alone is something that I would push. And I would push it in a way to help you eliminate your competition if you're going after medical to create content in a medical place. A lot of people saying I'm only on LinkedIn because I have to be. Correct. What company did I use for my flash film media polos for when you go out and shoot? So it's a company called Queensboro. I've been using them for years. I love them to death. Let me get a link. Let me get a link and I'll post a link in, give me a second. Because they send out stuff all the time. All the time. Let me see if I can, and they, like if you have a problem with them, oh man, they're excellent. They're excellent because they will just send you out a new one like, here, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. So I'm going to post a link. It's queensboro.com. They have great stuff. Boom. All right. Any update on the master course? We're still coming. It's funny because when I do lives, I get more questions and I go back and add it to the course. So that's probably what's delaying it. I'm gonna probably put out what I got and then we'll update it as we go. Let me see. There's one other question I want to make sure. Yeah, you know. Okay, so Ruby said, I thought I should label the files. I thought I had to label files as the files were about. So use the files as an opportunity. Because look, somebody may be searching and a picture with your logo may come up, right? A headshot with your logo may come up just as a picture. If they're looking for headshots in New York, and that picture may come up. That picture will link them back to your site. That picture will have your branding information on it. That is an opportunity for, plus you got to look at it like Google looks at your website and now you got pictures that talk about headshots. You got articles that talk about headshots. You got to excuse me, I'm shooting at f1.8. So when I lean in, it's perfect. When I lean out, it's not. So you want to have files that support what your niche is. Now, if your niche all over the place, you're going to be jacked. I don't like Keon. I don't like Keon Albert Media. I got to do research on the name. I don't like putting names on companies. Only because people will look for that person. And I plan on being an old guy sending other people to do work for me at some point. I'm a photographer. I want to go into filmmaking later on. You can go into filmmaking right now. But I would stay away from names, like personal names of people. Companies like that, they're just hard to push. Older companies, yes, they found a way to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like think about McDonald's. In the beginning, they were the McDonald's brother. They had to pull away from that and kind of use Ronald McDonald as their mascot. Wendy's had to get away from the real Wendy's or their founder, which died. Now they go to a logo as a person. So they found a way to twist it, but it's very difficult if you have that to have a long-lasting brand. Whereas Pepsi or Coca-Cola, they just got a logo. You don't got to worry about it. Plus, it's easier to, if you got a weird name that's something, it's easier to rank that name when you have a unique name. So, it's something to think about. Something to definitely think about. Yeah, Queensboro is dope. I've been using them for years. I've been using them for every. Not only do I got just our work shirts, but I play a lot of sports, so I get a lot of like sport gear, and I like to put my logo on everything. So I get tons of stuff for them. CRP Media, good looking out. He said the 5 steps are fire. He said, I had an aha moment. The contracts are fire too. Thank you so much for your contribution. Got to check out the course, peeps. Hey, CRP, man, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. I got to get with those who've taken the 5 Key Steps course to get testimonials from you. So if you've taken it, shoot me a video testimonial. Like, shoot it on your phone and send it over to me if you get time. Because a lot of people, I get so much. Like, if you have the course and you look at the comments on the school, it's so much, like, it's so many comments that I have to go on there and like approve some stuff because people are like, yo, this is the blank, blank, blank. And I'm like, oh man, it blocked it. So I got to go approve it because if that's, it's all good. So I got to go look at it. Would you take a chance on a logo through Fiverr? Some are highly rated and specialize in brand marketing. Robbie, yes, but keep in mind you get what you pay for. You can get some, yes, you can take a shot at Fiverr. I'm not crazy about Fiverr logo designers only because I have not had a ton of experience with them because I had my logo created elsewhere. However, I do know some people that got some dope logos. A good guy of mine that I was speaking with who contacted me for some consultant, Eli. Shout out to you, Eli. He has a great logo. If you're in the Facebook group, you can see his logo design. He had posted to get ideas, and he had some great designs from Fiverr. I was blown away. So definitely. Do it? It probably do, yeah. Let me get that off then. I'll fix that. But that discount code is still good. Still good to go. As well as this one. Boom. There you go. Good looking out, Aja. Ajing, I think I said that right. Good looking out. So, yeah, he got a dope logo. First logo you ever got came from Craigslist. I mean, if you want to get a logo made, you can't. I don't want to say you can't go wrong on Fiverr. There are some jewels on Fiverr. It costs you to find it. If I'm gonna put together a list of people that I've used on Fiverr. I actually got a video coming talking about that. I mean, just from actual content creators on Fiverr that I like, that I will submit to everybody. So how can you be prepared to get clients now with no marketing money, and since places are closed, you can only send so many emails a day? Okay, so there's a lot of things. I mean, the 5 things I listed in this video is probably going to be your best bet. You know what I'm saying? Getting testimonials from previous clients, working on lead generation tools for your website, making sure you have great workflow process, and working on your website SEO. You got to realize that all of your clients, potential clients, they're online right now. They're looking. So you may have to tailor your website to what people need right now, right? So if you do headshot photography, it's going to be a little tough because people aren't thinking headshots. You may have to contact the clients that you've done headshots for and ask them, hey, we're doing photography, we're doing commercial photography to help companies recover from the virus, to show what they're doing on the virus, to help them provide content to their social media networks to display what they're doing to sanitize and keep their work areas clean. Maybe some behind the scenes shots if it's a restaurant, showing the workers all geared up and making sure that the food is prepared well so that they can provide it to you via delivery. Maybe some photos of a delivery driver wearing the proper gear. Those are things that you need to be portraying on your social media. And that's from a headshot photographer. Good looking out, Timothy. Appreciate you. He said, thanks for all you do, my brother. Got to go play a little Walking Dead on the Xbox with my kids. Father-son time. All right. Hey, Timothy, big shout out. Team Xbox all day. I don't know. It's a war between Xbox and PlayStation going on right now, but Team Xbox all day. I've used Fiverr 3 times, and every single time, not only knew I can do better jobs, but had to redo it because of how bad they were. And they had me under investigation because I asked for refunds. Nick C, I've had some really good experiences on Fiverr. The times where I didn't have good experiences on Fiverr is honestly, I'm going to be really brutally honest with you. When I cheaped it out, when I went with the $5 guy, I'm going to be honest with you. When I picked somebody that was from US and I paid a couple $100 for something, I got what I paid for. And that's just the God honest truth. I usually go with vendors that are in the U.S. or depending on what it is, especially writing. English could be your second language, but you may not understand it in the way we do. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not use certain stuff. So, if someone on Fiverr is editing for cheap but good quality, how do you show professional editing for high prices worth it? So you mean, are you looking like to sell editing, or you're looking to find someone as far as editing? Editors are like barbers. Like once you get a good one, don't let them go. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like barbers. If you get one that know your style, don't let them go. What I'm using currently is I'm using Video Husky for editing. I love it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what's taking me time to do the video because I want to do a video that's right. Because I like Video Husky. It's dope. They get it done right. They get it done fast. Because they have a team of editors and that's all they do, they understand things in ways that other editors don't, unless it's somebody that I've hired locally. That's usually a lot more expensive. Definitely. Okay, let me see. So I've been trying. I'm gonna go to iFlow's Entertainment. I've been trying what you advertised or advised the other day to offer to create media on what provisions they're taking. I've had no luck from Flint to Houston. People just look at me sideways for talking film. Okay, iFlows. Let me ask you a question. What proof do you have that you can offer that? So video, what helps is, it's hard selling video without video, right? Go shoot something for free. Give them an example of what other people are doing, right? I can't, it's hard for me to sell you how fast a car is without either giving you a test drive or showing you videos. I can tell you that this Dodge Hellcat runs a 1/4 mile in 9 seconds, but until you get slammed in that seat, you're not going to appreciate it, right? Have any of you seen the movie Ford versus Ferrari? Any of you seen that movie? And there was a point in that movie where Henry Ford, like the third, was getting ready to shut down the racing division because he didn't see the value in it. He wanted to win the race, but he didn't see the value in it. And they devised a plan because he had appointed like a vice president to overlook it. And the vice president wasn't a racing guy. He didn't care about it. He really just wanted to run it the way he wanted to run it, which was a dog and pony show. He wasn't there to really win this race and provide real muscle. And they devised a plan to split the vice president and Henry Ford up. So in one scene, a guy locks the vice president in this office and they pull Henry Ford out to this supercar. It was the Shelby, it's the GT500. They pulled him out to the supercar and they was like, just get in it, sir. Just get in the car. And he got in the car and I'm saying he hit that gas and slammed him back in the seat. And by the time they finished riding, Henry Ford bust out into tears. He just cried. He just sat there and he just bawled. And the guy was like, oh, we're done. He was like, if this didn't work and this guy's crying, like we're getting shut down. And what Henry Ford was crying about, what really tore into him, was that he wished his father could have seen where his vision went from the Model T to here. He wished his granddad, or I think it was granddad or father, had the ability to be in a vehicle that had his name on it, that produced this much horsepower, this much performance. Like, they never would have thought they would have got here with automobile technology. And here he is, his name is on this vehicle. So sometimes your clients need that experience to fully understand what the solution you're trying to offer them. If you're just telling them, they don't have a vision like you have. You have the multimedia vision. You can see, you can walk down the street and see the light bouncing off the ground or wet ground, and you can have the vision of what that scene or shot would look like, but your client don't. They just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to provide them with the vision. You got to give them the vision. That's why for movies, when they pitch movies, a lot of times to studios, they'll pitch shorts. They'll pitch shorts, or they'll have just scenes that they film to give the idea so that people can see it, because you're assuming that people are going to understand it and see it the way you see it. You see a finished product in your head. You see why they need this. They don't. They see another bill right now, and they don't see the return on investment. So you need to go and shoot a few for free and create that reel to say, let me do this for you. That's what you need to do. Let me do this for you, period. That is what my reel does. People call me and say, I want that for me. Cool. And I guarantee you a majority of my life is recreating my demo reel for other companies. Period. That's literally what I do. So what you need to do in this time is you need to find somebody you can shoot some stuff for free. Go find them restaurants, them mom and pop restaurants that's hurting right now. Go find them mom and pop restaurants and go and create, because they're hurting for business. You walk in there and say, I want to shoot a video for free showing that you guys are still alive and pumping, that everybody's covered and they're doing everything they can to help deliver food as safe as possible. I want to shoot that for you for free. Go shoot 2 or 3 of those and watch and put that together, and then go to your big clients and show them what you're doing. I guarantee you they're going to do one or two things. They're going to either see their competition is doing it and they definitely need to do it, or they're going to get an understanding of what you're trying to pitch. But if you just walk in there like, look, we're going to do this, man. We're going to try to do that for you. What you think? $10,000. They're not going to understand it. If you described a Dodge Hellcat to me, if you described it to me and showed me a picture, you was like, yo, I don't even got nothing over here I can display. I'll use my Wacom tablet. Literally. If you said, bro, I got this car, it go fast, you want it. Here's a picture of it. All right, I'm gonna need 70,000 from you. I'm gonna look at you like you crazy. But if you drove that car up and I heard the motor and you took me for, you like, here go the keys, let's go. It's 797 horsepower. This is what it felt like. And I get in that bad boy and I'm like, oh my God, let's go do some paperwork. That is why whenever you go to a dealership, before they ask you for credit, before they ask you everything, they ask you what's your name and what car you want to test drive. Because they know once you test drive it, you're ready to buy it. You're selling something that's a big ticket item and you have nothing for them to test drive. It's just make believe at this. It's not tangible. So you need to make sure you approach them clients and you let them test drive. You let them test drive this investment by seeing what you've done for others. My bad, I spent a lot of time on that question, but that's a really, really important question. Membership is good for someone who works in another language. Let me see. What's going on, y'all? How y'all been, man? How's things been for y'all on this lockdown? My birthday's tomorrow, and I'm just gonna be sitting in the house, sleep. That's it. I'm just gonna be sleep. I'm trying to read a few of y'all questions. Give me a second. Y'all talking about stimulus checks? Y'all about to ball out? Let's see. I see y'all talking. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to get caught up. But that was a good question. I had to make sure I answered that correctly. Try Fiverr for logo guy once, refunded money because I wasn't happy. Yeah, if you don't like it on Fiverr, you get a refund. K&B Media Group. Carl Bell, that works. K&B Media Group, you could just do K&B Media. You don't got to do K&B Media Production. That's just a longer website. If you can do KB Media, that works. That works. That's kind of the way you want to do it. And have I used Upwork? I've used Upwork. Upwork is a better pool of talent, but Upwork is not cheap. Upwork is great to find freelancers, but you have to have a decent budget. You're not going. It's difficult to find you're not gonna get $100. I'm not gonna say you're not. It's difficult to get $100 logo design on Upwork. Maybe right now because people need the money. Right now, listen. Right now, you should be investing in everything you need to get your business popping. People are at home. They got no money coming in. You may be able to get stuff done for a lot lower than you normally would if you're willing to part with that money right now. It is a buyer's market. It is a buyer's market. Right now, you should be doing it. Right now, you should be, if you got money to spend, you need to be going on and trying to get, extra services done that you wouldn't normally get done. You may be able to pull in a better web designer or a better graphic designer or a better logo designer than you normally would with that same dollar amount. So make sure you got your stuff on point. Just create an ad to close the dead and write scripts yourself. I don't even know. Maybe I missed it. You can only do one refund on Fiverr, no questions asked. After that, Fiverr will put it under investigation and possibly close your account. I had a lot of refunds on Fiverr. However, I make sure I go into detail as to why I got a refund. Hey, this client is not providing what they said it was, or this level of quality is trash. Look at here. This is what I asked for. This is what I got. I'm gonna need you to hit that refund. And a lot of times you'll get clients that you'll work with people and they will just say, hey man, I'll close it out. I'll agree to your refund or cancellation as long as you don't give me a bad review. And that's what I do. So, Ajing said, what do I do if I don't have a story? I guarantee you have a story. You got here with a story. I guarantee you the course, the 5 key steps for creating a portfolio that converts talks about how to look at your story. Cause I guarantee you got a story. You somehow you got to using that camera, right? Somehow you got to where you are. It may not have been as, you probably didn't go the military route like I did. You probably didn't, but you have a story. Your story and the way you tell your story. What's great is if your story is not super interesting, but you find a great way to tell it, that makes it even better. You ever see a movie where everything happens in like 2 rooms or like one scene? Those movies are usually the most well-written movies you'll ever come across compared to a movie that got a bunch of special effects. And so you have a story. You just have to find a unique way to tell it. No boring life. Somebody said good info on Fiverr. They didn't know about the refunds. I always pay and then do it myself. Nah. Yeah. CRP Media said you'll get the aha moment. When you with the course, you'll get the aha moment. Because it forces you to take a look at a lot of things you've been doing, and then you see what you've been doing wrong. And you see the footage you should have. Because right now when you think of demo reel, 99.9% of people think about one type of film, like one type of, you think about pulling footage from your camera. The only thing on your demo reel is shots that's done up and look good, and it needs to be more than that on your demo reel. Should I have a contract set up before I get a client? Yes. Michael Jamal, you should definitely get your legal stuff in place. Think about it right now, right? Think about it right now. If you had a client paid you $10,000 8 months ago to shoot something in April, and they called you up like, yo, cancel that, send me my 10 grand back. If you don't have a contract, you're screwed. You can't even negotiate, well, let's move it, or let's yada, yada, yada. Because people are panicking with money. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but they're like, yo, give me that, let's get out of this, we out. You don't want to be the guy that got to come up out of that money. And you may say now, yeah, you know, you're doing a $300-400 job and you're doing half of that. $200 ain't as bad as 10 grand, but do you really want to come out of $200 right now because someone's panicking? You want to have a contract in place so they can move the date. Hey, we can move it. What day you want us to move it to? But you want to have something in place because you can't even negotiate without a contract. You're just up the river without a contract. You want to make sure your contract is dope. He said, I use PNC logos for my logo. They're a bit pricey, but they're great. Unlimited revisions that make sure you love your logo. I mean, yeah, you want to go with a good company for your logo, man. Your logo is going to be everywhere. You want to go with a good company. Trust me. So it's definitely important. What's a good business name add-on, i.e. media, productions, etc., still and video company? Really? You don't even need one anymore. If you want to be Splicket, and that is your name, Splicket, it could be Splicket. As long as you have your website does a great job at branding what you do. You could be Splicket Media, Splicket Production, Splicket Photography, the Splicket Group, Splicket LLC. I don't really like putting LLC at the end. If you want to do that, it's up to you. Pepsi full name is Pepsi Cola, but we call it Pepsi. Coca-Cola, we just call it Coke. You don't have to have the part at the end that explains it. So the reason behind my name is Flash Films, because Flash, we do photography. Film, we do video. Media. It was almost Flash Film Media Group, but it's just too long. So it's probably just short to Flash Film, to be honest with you. Do I have a masterclass on writing a script for a corporate interview part or things to ask? I'm going to be honest with you. If you are working for a client, it's not your job to come up with the questions to ask. It's the client's job. I don't know what they want on the interview. They got to come up with them questions. My job is to piece it together. So I currently don't have a script because that's something that I make the client work out. The client needs to work that out. The client needs to come up with what questions to ask. Because there's no way you're paying me to film it, and unless you're paying me to design it from top to bottom, but you're still going to give me some input on what it's about. You're still going to help me come up with the questions on what you need answered for your company. If we're doing a testimonial, it's up to the client to say, hey, I want to get a testimonial regarding my workflow process. Or, now that they have the patio installed, what are their summer days like? Do they like going out and just enjoy? Like, it's up to them to come up with that. It's not up to me to figure that part out. It's up to me to put together what they've come up with. Definitely. How do you color your demo reels? The roadblock is with aspect ratio, different color grades. Do you just put clips together or the music? What's your workflow building a real story? All of that is covered in the 5 key steps for creating a portfolio that converts. All of that. Because there's things that here, post that back on the screen. There's things that you care about and there's things that you shouldn't. But all of that is covered and why it's like that in that course. Do you do much storyboarding or what is your production like nowadays? I do a lot of storyboarding. Because I like to run it by clients so that they can't trip and say, well, we don't got this or we don't got that. I had a client recently, and I'll probably put this in the titles on the member section. All my members clap in the room real quick. On the next titles is a client I was working with that was a pain who we presented a storyboard. We shot everything that was on that storyboard. And then later she was like, we shot it at somebody's house they knew and they had pets and the pets was in the shots. And at the time she was like, oh, cute dog, cute dog. And by the end of it, when it was time for us to walk out, she kind of whispered in my ear like, hey, we don't want to use any of the shots with the dogs in it. And I'm like, Why you didn't say that in the beginning? Congratulations, you just threw out 50% of your shots, your B-roll. Now we can either stay here for another 4 hours to recapture it and charge you more for it, or we can see what we got. She didn't have the money for us to stay for another 4 hours. So, but that's something that should have been like, hey, in the beginning, instead of being like, here, doggy. And the owner of the home was like, the sit dog. And it wasn't like it was bad. The dog was sitting and cute, and they're both playing with the dog in the shot. And like, she's visually there, like, yeah, let the dog stay. And at the end, like, she would rather not hurt the person house she was at feelings than to pull me aside and say, hey, in the beginning, hey, we don't want the dogs in the shots. So, hey, that's what you want me to do. That's the benefit of being your own boss in your own company. We can either reshoot it, but we're going to stay here another 3 hours, and that bill going to go up, or we're going to throw out half of your B-roll, because this is the shot list, and these are the shots. So it's important. You need to know that. How to not be too aggressive after this pandemic to reach out to businesses. I get emails every freaking day from like Adobe, right? I get emails every freaking day from companies that I know and love. That tells me that I can't be too aggressive. Being a company, branding a company is hard when you don't fully like any ideas. You gotta like your ideas. CRP Media, thanks for the super chat. So Ty, crpmedia.com is taken. So LLC is going to be CRP Media Productions, and I bought crpp.com. Can I still use the CRP Media for production? Yes, definitely. Do you have any contracts regarding license for use? In the instance someone wants to utilize pictures that you've taken. Red-based media, yes. If you go to Flash Film Academy, we do have separate contracts that talk about that, or a contract pack. In fact, let me do the switch, because right now is your time to save. Boom. While we live. Positive Black Dad Productions. What do I think about that name? I think it's too long. If it was PBD Productions, that's different, but it's too much to be typing. And I'm just going to be really brutally honest with you. It could turn some people off. How? Just the world we live in. It can turn some people off. And that's the guy honest truth. That's coming from a guy whose full name is Tyrone. And when I shortened it to Ty, I started getting callbacks. Hold up. There we go. I started getting callbacks. So growing up my whole life, if I submit a resume with Tyrone and Ty, I would never get a call back for Tyrone. They would always call back and ask for Ty. So I'm just going to be real with you. You have to be aggressive to ask about being aggressive. People will unsubscribe if they don't want to see it. It's all good. So you don't have to keep, he said I get emails daily, emails telling me to buy the Creative Cloud, even though I already own it. Yeah. You don't have to send an email saying buy. You can send an emails just with updates, just with information. Send an email with some useful information, and every now and then roll in a buy now. Send emails with useful information with a buy now button. So, only color I see is green. Yep. Most people think of .com. So even if I go with that, we'll be sending a lot of traffic to a different company. Always get the .com. Always get the .com. Flash on Media, you guys have years of running now. Do you still reach out for new clients or mainly clients contacting you? Both. So because we have a pool of clients that we constantly keep in contact with, that is what I call base. That is going to be your base revenue for the year. I know that with the customer base I have, I can make a certain dollar amount per year, right? But every year you want to grow. Any year that if you make 100,000 one year and you made 100,000 the next year, you did something wrong. Period. If you don't grow by 20 and 30%, I ain't gonna say that. If you don't, with this year, it's gonna be rough. If you don't grow 15 to 20%, it's a problem. Every time you look at a company that released numbers and they're like, we're down 20%, they're not saying they're down 20% from what they made last year. Most times they're down from their projected growth amount. They may have made 50% more than they made last year, but they projected to do 100% more. So they're down 50%. Every company is looking to grow year over year. When they don't grow, that's a problem. Any company that's not growing, let alone doing less is a major problem. Not growing is a problem. So where do you go to see contracts? On Flash Film Academy. If you scroll down and see all courses, you will see it on the page. It's kind of a bunch of stuff, all the courses down. If you go down and scroll down past consulting, you'll see a list of contracts. And then you can click on view all courses. And then you can see all contracts on Flash Film Academy. Ty almost got into a physical fight with a professor that were teaching the wrong things and had no experience at all in the field. Or they had it 25 years ago. And they were claiming that they were right. I got kicked out of one of those courses, one of those classes, because I told the professor that 2 months ago I made more money than he made in a year. Often that is correct. I mean, if you listen, let's brutally honest. Let me just be brutally honest. What do professors make? What do a good professor make? Let's see. Really good professors. Let's just look up what a professor makes. Professor salaries. Let's just see. Okay. Top professors I'm seeing make $150,000 a year, right? And that's just tops. Most is between 66 and 72, right? You can do that in 3 months in this industry, easily. 66, 72,000 in 3 months. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. So would you rather be in a classroom dealing with a bunch of people? It's a safer job because your money's guaranteed, but it's not. Safe money ain't always the best money. Somebody said my waistline is up 15%. Mine too. Mine too. I think I asked wrongly. What's the best? Wait. So you're asking what's the best approach to reach out after the pandemic? One, you should be reaching out during the pandemic. That's one. You should be reaching out to them during the pandemic so they're not like, oh, things are good, now you're back. How ironic. You want to reach out to them. You know what's weird? I had companies that I've done reviews for that may have sent me some stuff from China of all places. Reach out to me and say, hey, I'm just checking on you. Do you need anything? We got masks, we got this, that, and the other. We can send you some supplies for free. I thought that was the most thoughtful thing, even coming from China. Like, y'all the reason we in this situation. But just to get that message from them, it just meant a lot from me. And it's things that build relationships like that. Matrix Photo Design. Good looking out, brother. I appreciate you every single time. You see, I keep running into the same situation. I agree to clients' prices, and then they tell me what I'm doing wrong. Those are hard clients to deal with. Those are clients you got to kind of disqualify early. I never agree to it. I never agree to a client's price. This is my price. You can't go into a Mercedes-Benz dealership and negotiate a price. You can remove things. You can negotiate your trade-in, but you can't negotiate the price. You think you're negotiating the price. That's why they usually have you focus on a few different things. They have you focus on interest rate. They have you focus on your car note. They have you focus on your down payment because the price you ain't really touching. Maybe with a trade-in, you can take some money off the price if you're not upside down, but you're not really going to walk into a car dealership and negotiate the price. Maybe on a used car, but in their mind, they know what the bottom line is. They know what the price of it is. You can negotiate features and options, but you're not going to take $10,000 off the price. You're not going to go into a Mercedes-Benz dealership and say, I got $20,000. Give me something. They're going to be like, hey, I can't help you. So, and that's a soft example, but you get what I'm saying. They know what the cost of that car is. They know where they're going to be. They know where they're going to be. I mean, if the thing is this, Matrix, if they shop around, two things you haven't done: provided enough value, and you haven't fully fulfilled their solution. You haven't found out what their pain point is completely. You haven't offered a solution, because you can't shop around for another solution provider. You can only shop around for price. That's why usually people are like, "How much is a music video?" I don't be like $300, and they're like, "Okay," and they're gonna go ask somebody the same thing, and somebody gonna say $250, $200, and they're gonna go with them. That's when you get shopped around. But when you approach it and say, "Hey, let me better understand what you're trying to do so I can provide the solution," then it's harder for them to shop the price. Because next they got the other guy, they trying to, once they get your price, $1,000, they go to the next guy like, "Yo, can you shoot this for $1,000? Yeah." And then when they start asking the guy like, "What can you offer this and offer that?" And he like, "Yeah, I guess I can do that." He's not offering the solution that you're offering. They'll realize that he's trying to compete with the price, but he's not trying to offer the solution. He's not there to understand what all is needed for success. He's just trying to shoot. Pull away from being a camera guy. Get out of being the video guy. I don't even talk video with my clients. I'm gonna be honest with you. I talk more about what's the purpose of this content. Who's going to see this content? I don't even call it video sometimes. Sometimes I just call it content. We're creating content. We're creating training content to help your employees have a better understanding of what they need to do during the coronavirus situation, pandemic, right? So how can we create content to reach them, to help them, that's fast, that's accurate, that's uniform? How can we do that? I don't even talk video. I don't even say video, because I'm offering a solution. I'm not just offering my cameras and my ability to expose an image properly and edit. When you start, that's something they can't shop, because the next guy's gonna come in and say, "I'll shoot it for," and that's it. And they're like, "Okay, this guy offered me a solution. This other guy offered me just a video." You know what I'm saying? What if you offered a solution of, "Hey, I'll give you an example, right? We had clients where we'll shoot something and we'll turn out 3 different edits for them, right? And we'll monitor the stats on those 3 different edits. Same video edited 3 different ways. We'll see what works for them. And just the idea of that, we'll offer it in 2 different edits for you. One with faster edits, one with slower edits, just to see how your company or your audience react to it. And that way we'll know moving forward that they like faster edits or slower edits. When you go and present that, which costs you nothing but 30 minutes of extra editing, you're irreplaceable. Nobody else is doing it but you. You're irreplaceable when you come at them like that. When you think about the psychological side of creating content and not just the video side. So when you present it like that to them, they can't shop that around. They just can't do it. So it's something to think about. Alexandra, a lot of school programs are behind. Make sure you do your research on what industry standards are across the board. I agree. I'm 17 years old. I had a client in December that offered me an internship, and I knew it was a bad idea. The lady lied to me about this musician who I was working with, saying he was a Grammy winner. Did you learn something from it, Matt, and was it worth it? Let me get caught up on questions. He said winner and started out with an agreement to make 12 videos. I got to see the rest of your, Matt, I'm 17. Okay. So there's no way I would have did 12 videos in 1 month as an internship. How does that help me? I wouldn't have done that much. They're using you. It turned into you making 60 videos a month, and she consistently trashed my work and called me over her house to edit in front of her. There's no way I would have did that, Matt. You got to take control of your life, especially for free. I would have told her you ain't paying me. My agreement was $50 a video, and I made 60 videos and got paid $400 2 months late. Nope. There's no way I would have did that, man. I would have stopped right in the middle of it. You got to know when you're getting used and abused. It's like you in a one-sided relationship. You got to stop and get out. Nick C, I'm a problem solver that happens to be good at video and photographer. Nick C, nope. You are a problem solver that solves problems with content. And people are emailing me. You are a problem solver that uses content to solve problems. That is what you do. Do Video Husky add sound effects to the videos they edit? Or do you ever just fine tune the edits they make? Nope. I don't have to touch nothing once I get it back from Video Husky. I don't have to touch nothing. Once I get it back, it's done. I'm ready to upload. Color grading. They have different add-ons where you can add royalty-free music. You can add sound effects, things like that. I think they'll pay a little bit higher per month. But once I get it back from Video Husky, I'm putting it straight on YouTube. We're going straight to my client. Period. If I had to choose between a degree in marketing or sales, what would be best? Probably marketing, especially if they're talking digital marketing. CRP Media for spitting that super fire. These are essential. I should have made it essential. The essential. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate your super chat. You are a problem solver that uses content to solve problems. That's what you do. You're not a videographer. You're not a photographer. You're a content curator. You are a you're a surgeon, and you don't use a scalpel. You use a camera. You use lenses. That's your tools. You go take a picture in a surgeon uniform like this and hold up a camera and like a lens or something. That's literally what you do. You're not don't downplay, don't lowball yourself as being a cameraman, a videographer. That's not what you do. You look at what the problem is and you provide a solution via content to help solve that problem. People coming to you don't want video. They want a way to train their associates. They don't want video. They don't want photography. They want a way to notify clients that they're still in business and they still can sell and their drive-thru is still open and they still providing the highest level of cleanliness and quality with their food. They don't want video or photo. They want to let the world know that they're taking extra steps to make sure that your food is extra clean when they make it. They don't want video. They don't want photography. Don't sell them photography and video. Sell them what they want. You're thinking of the video to camera side. Don't sell them that. Carl Bell, he said, I seen Video Husky is $600 a month. We got a discount and a link, so it's a little cheaper the first month. I think it's $4.99. I think it's $4.99. Whatever is still worth it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's $4.95 a month. It's still worth it. Because if you do two jobs, you got one job, you're gonna be paying at least $200-$350. I'm currently not taking interns. For medical niche, what kind of problems are more common, do you think? Medical is such a broad range. It depends specifically what you do in the medical field. I don't know. However, if you go after shooting demo reels for people in that industry, that is your time to pick their brain to find out what's hurting them more. You use that demo reel. You giving them a free video. Don't just take just the clips as what you're getting out of that deal. Pick their brains. Find out who they are. Right? Ask them, what do you do for a living? I mean, not what do you do for a living? What do you do for fun? Right? And you'll do three people. Let's say your niche is anesthesiologist, right? Somehow you work with anesthesiologists, right? Anesthesiologists all are a certain personality type. They all are within a certain age range that have something in common, right? Let's say 75% of the anesthesiologists you like, and I'm just throwing out a hypothetical crazy idea, but they like to play hockey. So I know that maybe I should look hockey places to advertise. If I'm shooting a video for anesthesiology, if this is what they like. I keep hearing that over and over again. What problems are these anesthesiologists having? All of them are saying, hey, I wish I can find more plastic surgeons to work with. All right, I'm just making up stuff, but you get what I'm saying. So the problem is we need to create content for them to attract more plastic surgeons to work with. The problem is that they don't need video. The problem is they need content that does something for them. So if I'm going in there talking video, photos, they don't translate that like me and you do. They translate an answer, a solution, right? It's been times people hire me for photo and I'm like, you need video. They hire me for video and I'm like, you got to go in there. They may say video. You got to go in there with the idea to offer a solution. You got to offer that solution. Don't go in there and offer video. You understand what I'm saying? Go in there with the goal they may need both. They may need both. You're trying to reach this amount of people. Perfect. We should do it. We should do this, that, and the other. And you got to offer that solution. If you're a doctor, right? You're not a drug dealer, right? Y'all cats is talking about photo and video. Y'all drug dealers. Hey man, all you need is here. That's all I got. Chew on this. Doctors analyze what's wrong. They look at what's wrong. They give you a checkup. They see what the problems is. Tell me more about this. They look in your eye. They listen to your heart. They listen to your breathing. Then they provide a solution. That solution may not be drugs all the time. It may be, hey, you need to go walk around the block twice a day. Your blood pressure's high. You may need to go, swimming. You may need to go lift some weights. You may need to switch from this food to that food. If you're sitting there holding the camera and you're just trying to shove a camera down everybody's throat, people aren't going to trust and believe you. They feel like you're just selling them. And then if you're sitting there with your camera, it's 1,000 guys out here that got a camera that they feel like they can get what you're offering for cheaper. And then they'll go shop your price. But if you're looking at them like a doctor and say, hey, we found that people who are looking to grow their business in this area or trying to reach this type of client, this is what works. We usually post 3 60-second videos a month plus 2 pictures. We try to stay consistent with that and it'll help grow. You got to approach it like that and not just waiting for people to tell you what they want on a video. Your ticket on what you make is going to go through the roof and you're going to get that client back way more consistently. So those are things that you have to think about when you offer this solution. You gotta do a checkup first. You can't just run in the door and be like, take these pills. Well, doc, I didn't even explain what the problem is. You said your back hurt. Here goes some Tylenol. You didn't see if they were allergic. You didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing about them. You just like you don't know what size pill to give them. You don't know if you should give them the pill with sleeping aid. You just shoving pills down their throat. Take this camera. Let's do this video. Shut up. But if you ask questions and you get to know what people need and you offer a solution that contains content, bro, can't nobody touch you. You will be a monster, bro. I promise you. You have offered something that they cannot run out and get. So think of your brand that way. Offer that solution. Stop being a camera guy. Stop being a photo guy. What you offer is a prescription of content. Now, what that prescription may be depends on what your ailment is, how sick you are, or what, because they're hurting. They're coming to you hurting. Oh man, I ain't got no clients. Oh, this pandemic done messed me up. I ain't got no clients. What you need is some more social awareness. You need a little bit of this, sprinkle with a little bit of that, and you probably need to do it for a month or two. We need to be consistent on making sure we put out content. So one big video may not help you. You may need a whole bunch of little videos. But you are the doctor to write that prescription. And if you're just giving everybody the same blue pill, you're just a drug dealer. Don't be a drug dealer. Let me get next question. Let me see. Christopher, good looking out. I love when people say you're my favorite YouTuber. You know why? Because it's 1 billion YouTubers. So for me to be somebody's favorite says a lot. I'll take that to heart. I appreciate the support. Yeah, Nick C say basically, hey doctor, I think I have pancreatic cancer. Can you give me surgery? Actually, you only have a stomach bug. Here's some ibuprofen and rest for a little bit. When you go to a doctor and you then self-diagnosed yourself and you got something, you think I got cancer and you just got diarrhea, you love that doctor so much. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. And he like, calm down. You don't got stage 4 cancer, bro. You just had some bad Chinese food or something. You just had, you know what I'm saying? Like bro, here, let me write you this prescription. Or no, just go get you some Pepto, get you some rest, drink lots of water. You'll be perfect. You talking about a customer for life. You talking about a client for life. It's been times I've pulled clients back. They come to me with a $10,000 budget for a video. And they're like, I need, like, listen, you don't need one $10,000 video. You need a bunch of $800 videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that. Like, let's just spread this out and be consistent throughout the year. Yeah, I would love to take your 10 grand. But guess what? If I'm real with you, if we develop a relationship, if you trust me, if what I do for you work, you're going to spend 10 times that over the life of our relationship. And that is more important to me than me hitting you one time for 10 grand and then you get no ROI. Why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why would I do that? So be a doctor. Stop being a drug dealer. Stop being like, I got that camera work. I got that camera, bro. You want them pictures? What you need? Pictures? Or you need video? All right, meet me around back. Holler at my boy. Be a doctor. Offer solutions. Care about what people really need. Listen to what's hurting them. Listen to them. They're telling you. People are telling you. Like, ask them why. I want to do a video on just telling people about my company. Why? Because they're probably getting complaints about, we don't know what you do. Or they like, man, we getting 1,000 people to our website and people ain't buying nothing. Okay, let's take a look at your website. Let's see why. Let's look at what the problem is. Stop listening to people saying they want video because they don't know. They want the results of what the right video can do if that's what they need. You know what I'm saying? They want the results. There may be other ways. You may say, well, what are you doing on Instagram? You got a younger audience. Why aren't you on Instagram? Oh, no. You selling baseball caps, bro. You need to be on Instagram. Let's take pictures of products and get it out there on Instagram. Oh, okay. I had a client who sold a basketball that lit up. It glow, and a football that glow in the dark, right? They wanted photography for LinkedIn. I'm like, what? You mean to tell me you think you're going to find clients on LinkedIn that want to throw a football around? Bro, no. I didn't say it like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, my goal was to steer him. He never thought about it. He just came to me like, I want to pay you for these pictures, be gone. But when you look at what he needed and you're able to say, sir, let's look at a few things here because I want to help you out more than I want to sell you photography. I want to help you be successful, right? I want to help your business grow. And the problem is that you're not in front of the right audience. People on LinkedIn aren't looking for glow in the dark footballs. However, if we put this on Facebook and we go after a market of people who play sports, or we put it on Instagram and we go after sports enthusiasts or those who play sports or kids in a certain age range, we can then put your product in front of people who can buy and who want to buy what you're selling. It changed his business. It changed his business, which changed his life. And he's a customer for life. He don't care what price I throw up. He like, let's go. He'll book me for stuff and won't even look at the price. He'll be like, payroll to pay it, let's go. Those are people you get for life. For life. And that's the clients you want. You get 50 of them, you get 50 of them, you're getting a Lamborghini. You get 100, you get 1,000 of them, you're getting a Lamborghini. I'll put it like that. You get 50 of them, you're not worried about bills. You get 100 of them, you're pre-ordering whatever camera drops. As soon as they, that Sony got what? Pre-order. Don't you want to live your life where you can just pre-order stuff before you even see footage of it? Like before it even dropped? Like, let me just pre-order that now so I can get mine early. That's the life I want to live. That's the life that I've worked to get to. You know what I'm saying? So be a doctor. Stop being a drug dealer. My bad. Missed some great questions. Canon 77D with the Sigma 18-35 and the 51.8. I've been thinking about changing my camera body, but I'm not sure yet. Depends on what you do. 77D can get the job done. It just depends on what you do. You still got a good setup. Next year, I'm going to have all these shirts up here and nobody going to be buying all these shirts. He said, make a shirt that says, What did it say? Be a content doctor, not a video drug dealer. Y'all like the drug analogies. Let me see. He said, I set the price, they called me back, and then they had to go through all the details. Then they hit me with the really low budget. How do I qualify before I waste my time with them? So I usually throw out hints. In the beginning. When they start talking, yeah, I need live streaming or I need a video that I'm like, okay, yeah, they usually start around 2,200, but finish. Let me hear what you got to say. And that they'll stop right there to 2,200. Oh, I was thinking they start at 2,200. And then you let them finish talking. Remember I told you, when you throw out a price, the first one to talk after that lose. Unless they like, okay, if they keep talking and they know then they got the budget. You know, I'm quick to do that. How many men you need? 2 men, 3 men? Okay, that's usually start about 25. But let me hear what all you need so we can make sure we put together the right package. We can offer the right solution. I'm telling you, it works every time. People will be like, my cat's barking. Let me call you back. You sure? I can wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me. Yeah, I don't usually send out price lists. I don't send out a price list until I do the proposal. If you're not buying from me, you ain't getting a price list. I'm a headshot portrait photographer. Do you think it'll be a good idea to make a video showing headshots? If so, what's the max length I should make the video? Fred, yes. In the course, the 5 key steps for creating a portfolio that converts, I talk about why you need that. If you're a photographer, you definitely need a video. Videos sell more than photos, right? So as a marketer, marketing your stuff, you got to use video to sell your stuff, right? There's a lot of things that should be in your commercial, like workflow. If I'm getting headshots, I would like to know the workflow. Somebody said I never got professional headshots. What's the workflow? Those are things that you should be talking about or showing people in your reel. Should I reach out to businesses to give them video, or should I spend money on ads? Because I haven't got much business from Google Ads. If so, how do I start reaching out to other businesses? Okay, Blake, one thing you got to look at. When you spend money on Google Ads, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be real with you. I spent a lot of money sending traffic to trash situations. I spent a lot of money building an off-ramp that took people to a dumpster. And then I blamed the off-ramp. I blamed the freeway of people that I took to my dumpster as what was wrong, and thinking maybe I need to find a new way to bring people to this dumpster. I need to do something else. Maybe I need to build a yellow brick road to this dumpster. Are you getting people on your website? If you go spend money on advertisement and Google is like, we sent you 300 people that's looking for a search for, I need a headshot photographer right now in Dallas. I need an expensive headshot photographer. I'm ready to purchase right now in Dallas. You spent 300 people that came to my website that searched for that, and I couldn't land none of them. The problem ain't the freeway. The problem is I'm taking them to trash. You may need to reevaluate where you're bringing them to and what steps they have to go through and your ability to convert that lead. I promise you, that is probably 80% of your problem. Google spend billions. They spend more money than you could count for the remainder of your life on working out that system, on making sure that they have the ability to offer value and making sure that they know everything about every person they bring to your dumpster. They're not responsible. They can bring you the water. They can bring them the water. They can't make them drink. They're not responsible for that. You are responsible for that. Because Google will be like, hey, we sent y'all 300 people now. The reason why you couldn't close is on you. The reason why your website ain't work is on you. That's on you. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, we sent you, it's like hooking your boy up on a blind date, and it's a beautiful person or whatever, and they get there and they mess it up. they say something stupid and you like, bruh, it was a layup. We told her about you. She liked you. She seen your pictures and you get here and you want to burp. Like, you want to burp the ABCs? Like, bro, like, what are you doing, fam? Like, now you looking stupid. So literally, Google is giving you a layup. They bring in this beautiful whatever you into right into your situation, and you sitting there at the bar with your beer burping ABCs, hey, and stay looking at you like, all right, hey, I'm about to go shampoo my cat. It was fun meeting you guys, and she out. That's why your bounce rate be like 30 seconds on your website, because your website it's a dumpster. That's what you got to focus on. Before you dump money into advertising, go to Fiverr, get a consultant, dump money in somebody to look at your website. Because I promise you, it took me tens of thousands of dollars on Google to realize this. To realize, like, why am I not? I'm getting 70,000 people to my site a month. Not one of y'all wanted to even fill out the contact form. None of y'all. What am I doing wrong? And I started getting consultants and mentors, and they was like, your site is trash. Your pictures are good. You got pictures working with the president. You got pictures of the president on your page, and you still can't close a deal. That goes to show you how trash your website is. That's the truth. Once I started changing, that's why I go back to the demo reel stuff. My demo reel was trash. My text was trash. It was trash. It was trash, McTrash. It was trash money taken over for the 99 and the 2000. It was trash. What can I say? I'm not going to tell you, like, I'm telling you where I came from. I came from trash. And then I started looking at that and fixing that. And then sales started coming in. I started getting phone calls, like, to the point where I originally started without a money phone, without a separate phone. Then my phone started ringing too much. Like, bro, I'm just blowing up. Let me get another line. So these are times where I learned from and built up into where I am now, where I can instantly tell you, stop doing this, start doing that. So he said, I literally had a friend burp the ABCs on a blind date with the perfect girl that I hooked him up with. So you've been stalking my life, Nick C. Nick C, we've all had a friend that blew a perfect situation that was a layup, bro. It was a no-look oop, like, and they go up there to dunk, and they just like, hey, mess it up. And you just like, bruh, what happened? Oh, I said something stupid. You like, okay. It's like, I know not to throw you no more passes. That's what I'm going to do. And listen, Google feel the same way. If Google is sending you traffic to your website and you blowing alley-oops, Google is like, as far as the SEO part, if you pay, they'll do it all day. But literally, their algorithm will say, bro, we sent you a layup and you missed the shot. We're not sending you no more. Your SEO score dropped. We sent you layups, fam, and you missed it. We're not sending you no more layups, bro, because you trash. You'll stop passing to the guy that's missing layups. It's natural. I don't care if you're a pro or not. If you listen, anybody know basketball? If you drive to the lane and you bring an extra defender, right? You drive to the lane, the guy that was checking him check you. Now you got two people on you. My man is under the rim like these. This is the face he's making. Because all he got is a layup. And you look off and dish it to him, and he missed that pass, and you look over to see her reach there right in time, say catch it. And he missed that layup, you never you like, I'm just going to shoot on three people, fam. That's what Kobe used to be like. I'm just going to shoot on three people. I'm not giving you the ball, bro. Google will do your website that same way when it comes to organic SEO. Okay, they got the helicopters out. I don't live in the hood, but every now and then you get one. So you could be spending money to bring people. You could be spending money to get somebody to throw you this pass, and you can be my man. Your website can be my man's like trash. Invest in your website. Invest in having someone look at it. Go get someone. These are things that companies spend billions on. Just to look at bounce rates. I promise you, your problem is there. My bad. I went off on that one because I know that one all too well. What cinema camera? What should your post-production workflow consist of? An older video, you said color grading was the only thing you must do. Cinema cameras, you got to do color grading. I mean, you can shoot in video on the cinema camera, but it depends on the project. If it's a big project that require great color, yeah. If it require Rec 709, a training video don't require great color. A promo video does. My Squarespace layout, I forgot the name of it. I tried to pull it up last time. I'm going to have to go back and look. So if you're a fresh new business with everything you need, logo, reel, website, and everything else, what's the first course action to build your clientele? First course of action is to go shoot some stuff for free. Go build credibility. Build credibility. That way you can lock down your workflow. That way you can lock down, you can get the kinks and bugs out. And you can have a better understanding of what your target audience, who they are. Don't guess. Don't guess. YouTube is like that. I put out videos that I think y'all want, and they get 300 views. I go look at the algorithm and create something based off what's popping, and it'll get 100,000 views. That's just how YouTube works. Don't guess it. Don't guess it. We are at an hour and a half already. Just real quick. So there are some problems. Like, you gotta be open to the part of the equation that you're overlooking. You gotta be open to it, right? A lot of times people, they want to replace the whole car and it's something simple, right? They want to get a new motor and all you needed was a oil sensor. Like, all you needed was to clean the throttle body. Like, why are you trying to go get a new motor? Like, you don't need a new motor. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you need is one little part, but you overlook that part. So sometimes you gotta bring in people to look at stuff that you don't see. It's important that you do that. Nick C, I did on most of them. I gotta see which one you're talking about. Shoot me an email, Nick C, because I could have swore I did. I could have swore I did on all of them. I had them work on that. So you know, it takes, you gotta be open to every part of it. This branding thing is not easy. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not a quick fix. It's not a light switch. It is a journey. It is a grind. It is a bunch of little stuff you need to get right to see. You know what I'm saying? It's like climbing up steps, right? You got to take a bunch of little steps. And over time, you'll look back and see that you're 3-4 stories up. But it's a bunch of little steps. And people want to take the elevator to success, and it doesn't work like that. It just don't work like that. I wish I can tell you there's a way to get to where you want to get without being just dirty and tired, but there isn't. It's just not. You got to get dirty. You got to get knee deep in crap to get where you want. Now, people behind you that's still at the bottom will see, like, dang, you way up there. They don't see how much you were beat to do it. Like, people like, yo, I like the YouTube channel. Yeah, I got friends that want to start YouTube channels. They want to instantly jump and be on my level. Man, I'm 300, 250 videos in. It took me 200 videos to figure out how I even wanted to where I even wanted to put the camera. Like, you got to just get dirty. You got to just do it. I have friends that procrastinate on starting YouTube channels because they want it to be perfect and they trying to think, maybe I was looking at if you go look at my first videos, they are crappy. And that's with any YouTuber. Look at MKBHD. He's in his freaking dorm room with Cheerios in the background. Now he got 10,000 subscribers and he's renting out warehouses in Manhattan or New Jersey. And you know how expensive that is. So you got to start somewhere. Wedding contract pack. Okay, I'll check out that one. Have I filmed weddings? I have filmed weddings. I actually canceled the wedding part of my business to focus on Flash Film Academy. Weddings are cool. They're good money. They're really good money. If you love to do it, you know, you got to have the passion behind it. You got to have the passion behind. What I used to love about weddings, I love the story of love at that stage. Being a guy who has been married before, I love the honeymoon stage of marriage in hopes that it lasts forever. Maybe that makes me a hopeless romantic. I'll let the 3 ladies that's in the chat room chime in on that. I don't know. But I love to capture that. New love is dope. It's like getting a new video game. and you play the hell out of it for about 3 weeks, and then you're like, get out of it. No, it's okay. You're like, get out of here. On to the next one. Anyway, I'm just joking. So yeah. With that being said, we're going to get ready to wrap up. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And the worst part is you're correct. A lot of people start hating on you when you become successful because they were standing where you were standing and they procrastinated on doing it. And by the time they look this way and look back, you were already, 20 feet ahead of them, and they still procrastinated, and they turn and look back and you're 50 feet ahead of them. And now they may look down and look up, and now you're 100 feet ahead of them. And now you're starting to see results. It's starting to show in your smile, your walk, your car different. Stuff about you is just different. And now they want to get there, but they're beating themselves because they know that they're a year or two behind you, and they had the opportunity to either start when you started or start before you. Don't nobody hate harder than people who brought an idea to you and you started it and they didn't. Don't nobody be mad at it. Oh man, they be so mad. So mad. It's all good. All right. I want to shoot music videos and eventually shoot celeb videos. What's your take on the beginning a journey like that? Music videos are hard. You know why? Because everybody and their mama doing them. Even people who have no desire to be filmmakers. Artists are shooting their own music videos. It's hard to make money in music videos. You have to go directly to a company, and people aren't getting signed by record labels as much. It's just difficult to do. Not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying you've picked a wall that's almost a vertical climb instead of one that's more of a hill. You're climbing up a wall. That's the thing that's hard to do. So it's just difficult to do. Bro, don't get mad. My site is red and black, and those are my colors I've been in for. Hey, I don't go for it. I don't have a problem with that. I encourage everybody to, I just like red and black. I'm actually thinking about changing colors, but I haven't decided yet. But colors it's not the type of thing that you want to be beefing over. If you got the same colors, that just means you're on my team. That's how I look at it. Now, if your colors is different, then we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. Go for whatever colors you like. Listen, build everything around your passion and your love. If them your colors, rock it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Always rock your colors. So, all right. With that, we're going to get ready to wrap up. It's been a good hour and 41 minutes. Y'all almost got me for 2 hours, but y'all ain't getting me. Y'all ain't getting me. You almost got me for 2 hours. Y'all ain't getting me. How do I create a demo reel with no content from where I started my business to tell my story? Cornelius, there is a course that's built around all about that. You got content, trust me. I bet you got content. Do you got a phone? You got content. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, you got content, trust me. If you don't have content, you have commentary. You got content. All right, guys, let me go ahead and wrap it up because it's been an hour and 42 minutes. And, I'm getting ready to go kind of start my turn up. Tomorrow is my birthday. I don't think I'm doing live tomorrow. Depends on how I'm feeling. But I'm going to celebrate this Corona birthday, maybe with a Corona. I don't know. All my beer drinkers and guys, throw your beers up. Again, listen, I want to thank you guys. Those of you who support the channel, those of you who turn out for every live, those of you who watch every video, those of you who share stuff, those of you who are on the Facebook page, all my Instagrammers. I want to thank y'all, man. Y'all the reason I do this. I love talking to y'all. I love this. My Q&As, good looking out, CRP. My Q&As are super fun. Like I'm going to be honest with you. If I could grow the channel just doing these live chats, I would, because I like helping y'all in real time. It's fun. It's so much fun. So I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you work hard to be a doctor, not a drug dealer. I hope you are doing things to make sure that you push the business along during this time, because millionaires and billionaires and successful people are created during times like this. You should be in your shell working to come out swinging. because it's going to change. This ain't a war. This is just a temporary setback. And trust me, when people can get outside, they're going to throw money around like crazy. It is a buyer's market. So sharpen your knife, sharpen your blade, and when you come outside, slice and stab everything. And for my friends that are not in the U.S. and they think U.S. Americans are so violent, I'm sorry. Puff your pillow, and then when you come out, you just swing and hit everything with your pillow. That's still violent. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's all good though. But I hope I was able to help you grow and do great things. I will see you guys in the next live session or the next video, whichever happened to drop first. And y'all be safe out there. If you're late and you missed it, it's going to upload automatically so you can see it from the beginning. But this is a good video and you'll like it. All right, y'all. Let me get ready to go ahead and get up out of here. I will see y'all in the next video. Stay safe out there. If it bleeds, it leads. That's right, Media Truth. See y'all on Instagram.